So guys, in this video I'm going to tell you that origin of complex number, that how it came, why we needed to study the complex number. So before we start anything, let us know what is real number. So real numbers definition is any number x when it is uh, squared, then it should give greater than or equal to 0, then this number is known as what? Real number. This number is known as what? Real number. So there were equations like x minus 1, x minus 2, x plus 5 equal to 0, or there was equation, let us take one more example like x square minus 1 equal to 0. So if we are asked to find the solution of this, find the solution of these two equations, right? So what we do, we example 1, this one is example 2, this one, right? So what we do, we start finding. So from example 1 the solution will be x equal to 1, 2 and minus 5, right? And from example 2 it will be the solution like x minus 1, x plus 1 equal to 0, so x equal to 1 and minus 1. This we have done. As we know the formula a square minus b square, a square minus b square is equal to a plus b into a minus b, or a minus b into a plus b. So there is a solution like this. So these solutions we can check that whether these are the real number or not. So do square of this solution, and we will check that is it greater than or equal to 0. So we can see that we will do square. If any numbers are squared from these solutions, we will get greater than 0, right? So these are the real number. But the problem started when we got this problem like we got the equation like x square plus 1 equal to 0. X square plus 1 is equal to 0. So this was solved like x square equal to minus 1, and again x is equal to plus minus root over minus 1. So before this solution came, we don't know about this kind of numbers, right? This kind of number we were known to only real numbers, right? We only known to real number. So this number, if it is squared, then what we will get like minus 1. So this is what? Less than 0. So we can say that root over minus 1 does not follow the condition of real number, right? Condition of real number. So now here the introduction of new thing came, like that is iota. It is denoted by letter I from the alphabet and is equal to given as minus root over minus 1, right? And therefore I square will be what? Minus 1. So now this is here from the previous question solution we can say that x is equal to what? Plus minus I. This is known as imaginary number. Now if any real number is combined with, like that is multiplied with I or root over minus 1, it will get converted into imaginary number. So suppose that real number there is like minus 1, and if we multiply it with root over minus 1 or iota, then it will be what? Like I into minus 1, so it will be minus 1 I, right? So now this is what? Imaginary number. So from here now we have the number, like we knew the number real number and imaginary number, right? There are two numbers. But the next problem came when the equations are having solution like real number, imaginary number and the combination of both, right? Combination of real number, real plus imaginary, right? So now we can say that this is a little bit complex, and here the concept of complex number came. Here the concept of complex number came. So what we said, real number is any a number like this which is squared, and we can get the greater than equal to 0, and the imaginary number should be in the format of like this one, right? So z is the complex number. We represent it z from z, and it is written as a real number plus an imaginary number iy, where x is real part of z, that is real part of complex number, and this one is imaginary part of complex number, where also x and y are real numbers. X and y are real numbers. So this way we concluded, we started learning about origin of complex number. This way the complex number started.